Number one, what is a proper noun and why do we use them in sentences? Number two, provide an example of how a pronoun can replace a noun in a sentence. Three, give two examples of pronouns that can replace nouns. Hello guys, welcome to the DMS Online School. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at English Lesson 3 under the theme structure. Alright, under the theme structure, the topic that we are looking at is understanding the 8 parts of speech. Alright, so if you are new to this channel, you are most welcome. My name is Davis Masumba and I'm your teacher that is going to carry you on in this lesson. So if you are new to this channel, you are very welcome. Alright, so we started looking at this lesson on Monday where we looked at lesson 1 on the 8 parts of speech, where we looked at the verb, and also on Tuesday we looked at lesson 2 where we looked at the noun, and today we are going to look at the other part of speech. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get started. So this is part 3 of the lesson on understanding the 8 parts of speech, and in today's lesson we'll be looking at the pronoun. Okay, so we will be looking at the pronoun. So as always, it is very important that we understand the definition of the pronoun. So let's look at the definition of a pronoun. So we said a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. So a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. So remember, in our previous lesson, we talked about what a noun is. So in our previous lesson, we said a noun is a naming word for places and also for objects and also for human beings, animals. So all those names that we give to animals, human beings, places, objects, those names are called nouns. All right, now there are times instead of using the actual name, then in that actual name we replace the actual name with something, then that something that we replace it is called a pronoun. That's why we are saying a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. All right, so for example, instead of saying Mary likes Mary's dress, we can say Mary likes her dress. So you see, so we are saying the word her is a pronoun that replaces the noun Mary's. So like in this sentence, Mary likes Mary's dress, then we can say Mary likes her dress. So you see, where there was her, there is now what? Where there was Mary's, there is now her. So this word her is a pronoun that takes or that has replaced the noun Mary. So it has now become Mary likes her dress. So this her, which has replaces Mary's, is a pronoun. Okay. So pronouns help us avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. So as you can see, this is the repetition where we say Mary likes Mary's dress. So we have avoided this by replacing Mary's with her. So that's why we are saying pronouns help us avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. All right. So examples of pronouns include her, them, they, we, she, him, it. So these are examples of pronoun. Like we already mentioned here that her in this case is a pronoun. So these are the common pronouns that we use to replace the noun. So her, them, they, we, she, him, it. Okay. So pronouns play different roles in a sentence, such as subject of verb. So pronouns, they play different roles in sentences, such as subject of verb. So what is subject of verb? Here we are saying these are pronouns that act as the doer of the action. So you are going to understand the pronouns that act like they are the doers of the action. All right. And because they act as the doer of the action, we call them subject of verb. Okay, they become like the main object or the main actor of the action. Okay, they become like they are the doers or they are the one taking the action. Right, that's why we are saying subject of verb. These are pronouns that act as the doer of the action. All right. So, for example, we are saying, I am hungry. I am hungry. All right. So, in this case, we are saying I is the subject of the verb am. So, you know, am is a verb as we noted in the first lesson on verbs. So, I am hungry. Now, who is who is angry? Who is the main subject? It is I. So I, it is the one that is the doer of I am. I am is for I. So I is the subject of the verb am. Alright. So in this case, I is playing the role as the subject of the verb. Which verb? It is am. So I is the doer of the action am. Okay. So also we are saying you are my friend. You are my friend. Okay. So here you is the subject of the verb are. Okay. So you are my friend. So you is the subject of what verb am. So in this case, you as a pronoun is now acting as subject of the verb are. It is the main doer of the action are. You are my friend. Okay. Then he plays football. He plays football. So this one he is the subject of the verb plays. Okay. So plays is the verb. So the doer of the plays is he. So he now becomes the subject of verb because it is the doer of the action play. So he plays football. So in this case, he is playing is a pronoun that is acting the action of the that is playing the role of or that is actually doing the action. Okay. Then she sings well. She sings well. Okay. So she sings. Okay. So sing is the verb, and the one that does the sing is she. That's why we're saying she is the subject of the verb sings. So it becomes the subject. It is the doer of the singing. She sings well. So who sings? She. So in this case, this is she as a pronoun. It is now playing a role of a subject of the verb, or it is the doer of the action. All right. Then also it is raining. It is raining. So it is the subject of the verb is. So it is the doer of the action. Okay. We are happy. We are happy. Okay. So we is the subject of the verb are. All right. Then they have a dog. They have a dog. Okay. So they is the subject of the verb have. Okay. The number two role of a pronoun in a sentence is acting like object or complement. So a pronoun can work as an object or complement in a sentence. Now, what does this mean? We are saying these are pronouns that act as the receiver of the action or the description. So in a sentence, there can be pronouns that act like they are the receiver of the action that is happening in the sentence, or they become like the receiver of the description. Whatever description is given in a sentence, what receives that description becomes object. So they play like the object or the complement. Okay. For example, she likes me. So she likes me. So here the action is like. Like. Now, between she and me, which one is the receiver? Me is the receiver. So in this case, we are saying me is the object of the verb likes. So now Since me is the subject of the verb, like it is the receiver, it is the object of the verb, like it is the receiver, then me is playing as the object in this sentence. It is a pronoun which is playing the role of being the object. Then we are saying, I see you. I see you. So see is the verb, and the receiver of this see is you. So in this case, you is the object of the verb see. Okay? So guys, if you're enjoying already this lesson, please consider giving this video a like, because it is going to help well in the YouTube algorithm. Okay, YouTube is going to notice actually by your like that this video is informative, it's educative. All right, so let me also know in the comment section, guys. All right, then he loves her. So love is a verb and her is the pronoun, and it is a receiver. So in this case, her is the object of the verb loves. Okay, so her as a pronoun, now since it is the receiver of love, it becomes the object. Okay, she hates him. She hates him. Okay, hate is the verb. Hate is the verb, and the receiver of the verb hate is him. Okay, so now him is the receiver of the hate. The hate is being directed at him. So him is the receiver of the act hate. So this him as a pronoun receiving the action, it becomes the object. Then we say him is the object of the verb hates. Okay. Then we feed it. We feed it. So feed it is the object of the verb feed. Okay. They help us. They help us. Help is the verb. Us is the receiver. Okay. So us is the pronoun and the receiver of the help, or to which help is directed. They help us. So meaning us is the object of the verb help in this sentence. Okay. Then you know them. You know them. So them is the object of the verb know. Okay. So the other role played by pronoun in a sentence is being like object of preposition. So pronoun can act as object of preposition. Now the pronoun here, object of preposition, we are saying the pronoun acts as the noun that follows a preposition such as to, from, with, for, etc. So we'll look at preposition we'll look at preposition later in this lesson. Okay, so and understand, but in this there is just the tip of it, where we are given a preview to what prepositions are, like to, from, with, for. So when a pronoun is acting like object of a preposition, then the pronoun acts as the noun that follows a preposition such as to, from, with, for, etc. Okay, so in this case you find that a pronoun will come after the word to, it will come after the word from, it will come after the word with, it will come after the word for. Okay, when it comes after this, then such a pronoun is acting as the object of a preposition. So we are saying, for example, this book belongs to me. You have seen, this book belongs to me. So me comes after what? After to, which is a preposition. So it is acting like the noun. Okay, so the noun, they are trying in this sentence, they are trying to name who the book belongs to. It is me. They are saying the book belongs to me. So this pronoun is acting like the name to which the book belongs, and since it is coming after the word to, then this me is the object of preposition. That's why we are going to say me is the object of the preposition to. Okay, so like here we say he came with you. He came with you. So you see in this sentence, they are trying to name who came. They're giving the name of who came with. Then they're saying he came with you. Okay, they are like pointing, he came with you. They have not mentioned the actual name, because if they mention the actual name, now it will become the noun. Now if they have used the on the actual name, the noun, they have put you, which is a pronoun. So in this case, this pronoun is acting as a noun. So if it is acting like a noun, the name of who came with, then it becomes the object of a preposition, and as a fact it is coming after with, according to what this explanation is. So he came with you. So you, since it is also coming after with, then we are saying you is the object of the preposition with. Okay, she gave a gift to him. She gave a gift to him. So in this sentence they are naming to whom or who the gift um, was given. She gave a gift to him. So they're saying the gift was given to him. So it has named him. So him is acting as a noun. Okay, it is a pronoun which is acting like a noun, and it is coming after to. So if it is coming after to, then him is the object of preposition. So we are going to say him is the object of the preposition to. Okay, then he took a picture of her. He took a picture of her. So whose picture did he took? The picture of her. So in this case, her is a pronoun, and it is acting as a noun of the object, or of a person whose picture was taken. And because of that, since it is acting like it is a noun, then it becomes the object of the preposition. And which preposition of, because it is become it comes after of. So he took a picture of her. Okay, so it's like it is naming whose picture was taken. So in that case, they're saying her, and her is a pronoun, and it is coming after of, so it becomes the object of a preposition. So we are saying her is the object of the preposition of. Then we played with it. We played with it. Okay, so they're trying to mention what they played with. They're saying it. So it being a pronoun, that is acting like a name of what they played with, or like a noun of what they played with, and it is coming after with, then this it is the object of the preposition with. Okay, then they went without us. They went without us. So us is the object of the preposition without. Okay, you talked about them. You talked about them. So them being the pronoun to which the talking is directed, then them being a pronoun is acting like a noun in this sentence. And since it is acting like a noun, so therefore them is the object of a preposition. So we can say them is the object of the preposition about. Okay. Then in summary, I want to summarize this so that you understand very well. So in summary, subject of verb and object or complement occur in the same sentence as shown below. So remember, we have looked at the three roles which are played by the pronoun in a sentence. We have looked at the subject of verb, we have looked at object or complement, we have looked at the subject of object of preposition. So now, between these two now, in the subject of verb and object or complement, you find that these occur in the same sentence at the same time, like he. Like if we say he loves her, you see. So remember, subject of a verb like he is acting like the doer of the love. He loves. Who loves? It is he. Now, he loves her. Now, her is acting like the receiver of the action of the verb loves. So, in this case, we are saying this he here is the subject of the verb loves, while this her is the object of the verb loves. So it is very important to understand these parts of speech. And if you're enjoying and you haven't liked this video, please consider liking this video. It is going to help this video do well in the YouTube algorithm. Alright, so let's proceed. So now we are going to look at types of pronouns. Types of pronouns. Okay. So there are about 4 types of pronouns which you need to know, guys. So there are different types of pronouns depending on how they are used in a sentence. So the number one we are going to look at is subject pronouns. So subject pronouns, what are they? We are saying these are pronouns that can be used as subjects of verbs as shown in the examples above here. So those pronouns which were working like subjects of verbs, he loves her, for instance. So such pronouns that can act like subject of verbs, those pronouns can be referred to as subject pronouns. They come under types of pronouns as subject of pronouns. Okay, so the subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay, so they can't be like his. I don't think so. His, no. I think he, she, it, we, they, I, you qualify, because when you are starting a sentence, for something to be like the subject of verb, it should come for a word, for a noun to act like for a pronoun to act like a subject of a verb. It should come before the verb. Now you can't say like I've excluded his, hers, for instance, to be a subject. Those should be like the receiver. So like his book, I think you can't start a sentence with his book, his what? I don't think so. So that's why we're saying the subject of pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, they. You are going to say, because you can start with these. Like examples again include, like if we say I like to read books. Okay, so I like. So now here the subject here is I of the verb like, it is the doer. So I, which is a pronoun, is the doer of the like. Okay, so if it is the doer of the like, then I here is a subjective pronoun. It is a subjective pronoun. So it is acting like the subjective pronoun. So I like to read books. So I, in the previous lesson, we said it is playing a role of subject of verb. But under the types of verb, it becomes subject pronouns. Those pronouns, under pronouns, those pronouns that act as subject of verbs, then they become subject pronouns. Okay, so here I is the subject of the verb like, so it is the subject pronoun. Okay, you are very smart. You are very smart. So like you is the subject of the verb are. Okay, it is the doer of the verb are. Okay, it is the one that does the smart. You are very smart. So in this case, you is the subject of the verb are, and then under types of pronouns, then you in this sentence is acting as the subject pronoun. Then number two, the other type of pronoun is object pronouns. So we are saying these are pronouns that can be used as objects or complements, as shown in the examples above here. So again, under subject pronouns, again, what we are noticing here is that what we are noticing under object pronouns is that we are saying these are pronouns that can be used as objects or complements. So those pronouns that act as objects in a sentence, or the receiver of the action, or to whom the description in a sentence is directed to. Those pronouns become under types of pronoun as objective pronouns. So like here are some examples again of sentences using object pronouns, like she likes me. So you see this one in this sentence, the object, as we stated earlier, the object here is me because it is the receiver of the verb like. Okay, so since it is the receiver of the verb like, so and it is a pronoun that is acting now like an object. Under types of pronouns, it becomes object pronoun. So me is the object pronoun. So here, since me is the me is the object of the verb like, because it is the object of the verb likes, then it comes under, it qualifies to become the object of pronoun. Then I see you. So you see, you is the receiver of the action see. So then you becomes an object pronoun. Why? Because it is being used as the object in this sentence. It is the one receiving. So we are saying you is the object of the verb see, and because of that, you qualifies to be the objective pronoun. Then he loves her. He loves her. So her is the receiver of the what? Of the verb love. So because of being the receiver of the word love, this her becomes the objective pronoun, since it is also the object of the verb love. So her is the object of the verb love, and because of that it becomes the object pronoun. So her is the object of the verb. Then she hates him. So him is the receiver of the word hate. So it is the object in this case. And then since it is the object, then it becomes the object pronoun. So him is the object of the verb hate, and then it becomes the object pronoun. And the pronouns, then we feed it. So again, in the same manner, it here is the object pronoun. I hope you are now catching up with these things. And guys, to remind you, I've started teaching English for GCE grade 12, and also for anyone that would like to know more about English. Maybe they are saying they look at themselves as not knowing much of the English they use, they write, so they need to improve, know more about this. Then you can also join my online lessons. English is only around 60 kwacha. All right, that is the payment you have to make per month. Okay, so the number to contact me on, if you are interested is 0977 92 41 75, 0977 92 41 75. You can contact me when you are serious about this. Okay, so um, another type of pronouns is possessive pronoun. Okay, possessive pronouns. So we are saying these are pronouns that show who owns something or has something. So these are pronouns that show who owns something or has something. Yeah, so this one will show that this thing belongs to this. When we use them in a sentence, you'll know that this is indicating that this belongs to this. So that word in a sentence, that will show you where a property belongs to, or to who the property belongs to. Then that word becomes a possessive pronoun. So they do not need an article before them, such as a or an or some or any or this or that, etc. So there are words called articles, which we are also going to cover in our lessons. So such words called articles, examples of them are and, some, any, this, that. So whenever we are using possessive pronouns, So these a, and, some, any, this, that, they don't come before the possessive pronouns. They don't. So you are going to understand very soon. Some examples of possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. So when we use this in a sentence, we see very well that to whom, okay, these become possessive pronouns that show us to whom whatever it is belongs. Okay, so like here are examples of sentences showing possessive pronouns like this book is mine. You see? So this book is mine. So meaning mine shows that I own this book. So it is showing ownership. Mine shows ownership or to whom the book belongs. Okay, so it's saying belongs to mine. Mine shows that I own this book. So since I say mine, so like the pronoun here, it is I. Whenever you are using mine, this book is mine, meaning it is I yourself speaking. So that's why we are saying mine shows that I own this book. So it is a possessive pronoun. Then I am all yours. I am all yours. So you see yours. So yours shows that you have me completely. So I am all yours. So yours is a possessive pronoun that shows that you have me completely. You own me completely. Okay, then his car is bigger than hers. His car is bigger than hers. So in this sentence, we are saying hers shows that she owns a car too. Okay, so in this case, we have actually two situations. His car, so his car is bigger than hers. Okay, so his car is bigger than hers. So in such a case where hers also shows ownership and also his shows ownership, but in this example we have just said hers shows that she owns a car too. So you have seen that in our use of these words mine, yours, hers, we are not using words a, and, some, any, this, that. You cannot say this book is, this book, some, mine, this book a mine, that would be wrong. This book and mine, that would be wrong. Okay, so we don't use this in front of mine, yours, hers, or his. We don't. So like theirs has not yet arrived. Okay, theirs. So you see this word. So theirs shows that they have something that has not arrived yet. So it shows that they have at least something theirs. So it is a possessive pronoun. Then this vehicle is ours. So meaning ours shows that they own the vehicle, right? So ours is a possessive pronoun. So we're saying ours shows that we own this vehicle. Then the number 4 type of pronouns is reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns. So what are they? So we are saying these are pronouns that refer back to the subject of the verb in a sentence and they end in self or selves. So these reflexive, this is quite tricky, reflexive pronouns. They refer back to the subject of the verb. Okay, so it's like they look at the subject of the verb, like those which acts like the doer. Remember, subject of the verb, they are like the doers of the verb. Now, this they'll be referring to, say the doer of the verb is this. Okay, so they'll be referring to that. And then they end in self or ourselves. So like they are used to emphasize something or show that someone does something by themselves or for themselves. So that's what they are used to do, what to emphasize that someone does something by themselves or for themselves. So examples of reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So these are words that we use under reflexive pronouns. Okay. Examples of use of reflexive pronouns in sentences are like I have never seen it myself. So the object here is this one. I have. Now they have said never seen it myself. So who have never seen it? I have never seen. So this myself here, myself emphasizes that I have not seen it personally. So this myself becomes the reflexive pronoun here. So do not hate yourself. Do not hate yourself. So in this case, we are saying yourself shows that you might hate you by your own action. So it shows whose action it is that has been done. Okay. Then Sikazwe told his friend that he would not do it himself. You have seen. So this one is himself, which is a reflexive pronoun. So himself shows that Sikazwe would not do it by his own effort. Then Roida told me that she would take care of herself. So like this now is the object to whom this is referred to. So herself shows that Roida would look after her own well-being. Okay. Then let us starve ourselves. So ourselves shows that we would not eat anything by our own choice. So the other one is relative pronouns. Okay, there are about there are about five types of pronouns here. I said for now there are five here. Some relative pronouns, we are saying these are pronouns that connect two clauses in a sentence and show the relationship between them. So these they connect two sentences. Okay, so they connect two parts of the sentences. So relative pronouns, these are pronouns that connect two clauses in a sentence and show the relationship between them. Okay, so they are pronouns that connect two sentences. So they'll stand in the middle, showing that they are connecting two parts. Like this other part is related to the other part. So you'll understand soon. So they can be classified as personal or non-personal. So the relative pronouns can be classified either personal or non-personal. Okay. The personal relative pronouns are who, whom, whose. Okay, then the non-personal relative pronouns are which, that. All right, so whom, whose, who, whom, whose. These are the examples of relative pronouns under personal relative pronouns. Then non-personal relative pronouns are which, that. So you'll understand soon in examples. So here are some examples of how they work. So like the person who helped me was nice. So you have seen. So there's a connection. There's the person and then helped me. So there's who in between. So who is a relative pronoun which is connecting the person. So this is, we are saying who connects a person to a person. So who is a personal relative pronoun. All right. So we use like this personal relative pronoun for persons. The person who helped me was nice. You cannot say the person which helped me was nice. That would be wrong because which, as we have noted, which and that come under non-personal. Okay, non-personal relative pronouns, meaning you use them whenever you are talking about just things, not human beings. Okay, so like the book which is on the table is mine. So you have seen this which is connecting, how these are connected, the book and mine. Okay, the book which is on the table is mine. Now you see, since this book is a non-personal object or relative pronoun, you cannot use that or which. Though in our day-to-day, English language we make, we cannot use who. You cannot say the book who is on the table is mine. The book whose on the table is mine. You cannot do that. You have to say the book which is on the table is mine. In this case, you can even say the book that is on the table is mine, especially if you are even pointing at the book. The book that is on the table is mine. Okay. Now, if you are not just even pointing, you can say the book which is on the table is mine. Okay. So which connects a thing to a person. Then the woman whom I met yesterday is a doctor. You have seen the woman whom I met yesterday is a doctor. So whom here becomes the personal relative pronoun, which is connecting the woman to a doctor. You cannot say the woman which I met yesterday is a doctor. That would be wrong. Okay, because which is for non-personal relative pronouns. Yeah. Then, or you can't say the woman which or that. Though in our day-to-day English we commonly make those mistakes. The woman whom I met yesterday is a doctor. That is wrong. That is correct. The woman whom I met yesterday is a doctor. So whom connects a person to a person. The boy whose bike was stolen is crying. So you have seen the boy, then you put whose bike was stolen is crying. So you are now connecting the boy whose bike. So now whose connects a person to a thing, like boy is the person, the whose, which is the bike, is a thing. Okay. So now let's look at the English task 3. So for those that are in my online English lesson, this is the task that you need to do, task 3. So these are the tasks. Number 1, what is a proper noun and why do we use them in sentences? Number 2, provide an example of how a pronoun can replace a noun in a sentence. 3, give 2 examples of pronouns that can replace nouns in sentences. 4, what is the role of pronouns in sentences? 5, explain the role of subject pronouns using an example. 6, identify the object pronouns in the following sentence. She likes him. Okay. Then 7, how do possessive pronouns show ownership? Then 8, replace the underlined possessive noun with a possessive pronoun. Okay, like this book is John's. What is the purpose of reflexive pronouns? Give an example. 10. Choose the correct reflexive pronoun to complete the sentence. We need to clean the house. Then 11. How do relative pronouns work and what do they connect? Then 12. Complete the sentence using a relative pronoun. The car dash was parked outside is mine. Okay. So so we have come to the end of this English language lesson. If you have enjoyed this English lesson, please consider giving it a like and also let me know in the comment section. And for online lesson, you call me on the number 0977 9241 75. The amount to pay is 60 kwacha. Thank you for watching. For now, bye and please, peace.